A Tibetan monk was asked, meditation and service, which is greater? And then his answer is service is greater. We consistently hear this. We can lead towards enlightenment through meditation or service. Now, meditation is gaining those higher values, right? Striving for higher values and then gaining them in our life. That whole spiritual quotient. And service is bringing those values into action. So, by definition, service will include meditation. Gautama Buddha was asked, he told his students, for ages, for millions of years, I've served several Buddhas, and so I became a Buddha now. He was serving, he was taking the cause of meditation. He is spreading the truth of meditation. There are various opportunities to serve in many ways, but then he chose to do the meditation service because he recognized that it is holistic, it's transforming inside out. So when we do meditation service, meditation has to be inside it because we will be exhibiting those truth and values that we receive through meditation, that we are all one, that there is abundance for everybody, that we have unlimited potential, that we create our own reality. And when we are serving, it is good to ask ourselves every day, maybe a couple of minutes, what am I serving? Am I serving my ego? Am I serving my vanity? Because I do this service and I'm going to become a better leader in my community, my caste? Am I serving that, or am I serving truly my inner self for that peace and contentment? Because what we put our attention on is what we become of. Wherever we put our attention is what we become, right? Because where attention goes, energy flows. So what we drive, so where we put our attention, where we put our energy is what we become of. And that's what we're known for too. Our attention is about getting that recognition, so we're going to serve that recognition, and so we're going to do everything around it, so then finally that's what we become of. It's great if the recognition does not come, so it happens, by the way. People come for service too, they come with a hidden agenda or something, then ultimately we don't get it, so there also we feel bad about it. We come to an organization, non-profit, we start serving, but then you don't get that recognition, that power, that thing, this thing, and then again we're bad. I mean, we feel unhappy. So it's always helpful to ask ourselves, what am I serving? Am I serving those mind-based desires, or am I serving deeply inside that's actually going to help me be happy, contented? So all the leaders, whether it's Karthikeyan sir, whether it's Lawrence, SVV sir, gave a beautiful message that meditation definitely can have an impact for everybody in the world. We dream, we absolutely dream, because when we recognize that there isn't anything not possible, we dream and we expand our dream. That's one thing that happens when we are gaining clarity with meditation. When we understood this purpose of life, we start dreaming big. It naturally gives us the expanse of consciousness to start dreaming big. Why not? Why not? That we see everyone on the earth become a meditator. Anyway, time acceleration is happening. Things are spreading much too quicker than what it was 10 years ago, what it was 30 years ago. So it doesn't have to be a linear curve. It's not going to be a linear curve. It's never a linear curve. What happened in the 300 years of science, primarily from 1750s, 1800s, in 300 years of science, the development in the last 30 years, you see tremendous amount of development has happened. Tremendous amount of development happened in the last 30 years. So there is this concept of Mayans, sect of people. So they talk about time acceleration, 20 times acceleration. So what happens in 20 years is happening in 1 year. That's the 20 times time acceleration. So things are happening very fast. So we can absolutely dream big and then recognize and realize that things can happen for us, that everyone becomes a meditator. So while we talked about the service outlooks, service ready, and then service emperors, there are various things that we can start our journey with. The simplest thing that we can do is where we have a lot of information. So even if you just tweeted, you wrote in Facebook and your simple message, your video about your transformation, I think it's just going to reach suddenly maybe 500 people that many of us maintain, at least one account or the other. Just naturally, just your own experience. I think beautifully reach out. We know that. Many ways we can contribute. Teaching naturally is one great way, because we will not wait for that special teacher to come. I also started, we put a board at our home, just our home. At the gate, we put meditation, free meditation and counseling. Small board we put. So every weekend I made it a point to organize a class. This is going on since 2012. Before that, I used to do occasionally some classes now and then, mostly organizing spiritual service activities. But 2012 onwards, at our home, we put a board saying free meditation and counseling. So every weekend, one class we used to do, Friday evening or Saturday evening, for just the community local. Maybe 5, 6, 8, sometimes 10. On full moon days, maybe 20 people used to come. But that is okay. So at least those, some of them who got introduced, then they talked about it here and there. So then it spreads, right? So it doesn't matter how many. Just that board was good enough for some people to call Vani and then take that counseling. Every meditator is a great counselor. By default, we develop the ability to listen, half the problem solved when we're listening to someone else's challenges. Because when they express it, a lot of times the answers come when they express itself. So when someone is expressing, you'll find so much information in what they're expressing. From there, we can easily find an answer back to them. They themselves will understand that we can give an answer. So every meditators become great counselors because we are developing the listening skill. And then, of course, we've learned a lot of knowledge. We understood, and ultimately, the solution for every problem lies with meditation in many, many ways. We're seeing it holistically. So let's go into this meditation once again, dear friends. We take inspiration from all the leaders in imbibing it into our teams. One of our goals of Buddhist Foundation is that we take this and then imbibing into our teams at our workplace. We would like to see that everybody at work become more mindful. That mindfulness that is developed in our thought process, in our words, and of course in our deeds. Deeds may not be too controlled, but words and thoughts we can absolutely rectify. And then so automated actions very naturally get rectified. Because the process takes time. Our actions are based on our character, our qualities, inner qualities, so we cannot just control it. Our anger will come. You can't just control. You can't scold somebody because they've expressed with anger. Instead, you can tell them, sit down and meditate. That's the solution we can give. We just shout at somebody because somebody shouted at or expressed anger. It's not going to help. We know that. Our words are wasted. Instead, we can tell, sit down for meditation later, not at that time. Of course, we have to acknowledge the feelings. So we'll go into meditation once again. Patriji, from whom I learned greatly in many ways, many, many things, and then learned how to live, how to serve, how to, even to some extent, I learned how to cook, how to just be with people. A lot I learned in these past 20 years of my association. And of course, I learned a lot with my brother, Dr. GK. He's a bundle of wisdom. So Patriji is going to be joining us tomorrow, not on Friday due to some clash. He's going to be with us tomorrow. So we'll do some sharing while Sarah is there. We'll take a message from him and this grand meditation master who simplified meditation technique, but also this whole spiritual science knowledge into the most common, easy to understand terms. So let's go into meditation and then recognize that this teaching of meditation, if the meditation is so simple, then teaching also will have to be simple. Because it's simple, the technique can be taught in 2 minutes. So all of us can easily put up the board at home to teach meditation, because we all have so much meditation now we learned by ourselves. Well, when we learn DEF, we'll teach ABC. When we learn GHK, we teach DEF. Because many people out there do not know that observing the breath can do wonders. Just observing the breath. Then comes closing eyes. Then come crossing fingers. Then comes sitting comfortably. They're all refinements. But closing eyes, observing breath, these are things that do not need any effort. Anyone can do it. So we'll understand a little bit more on how, if, and when all of us are. It's not if and when, it's when. It's a matter of when that we all are going to turn into teaching meditation. Of course, we're creating awareness of meditation. Many of us are creating so beautifully. Thank you so much for everybody for creating significant awareness about meditation. And we'll learn more about how to teach. And if you are looking to go in and jump into teaching, and then we'll learn about a few things that we could easily follow and then make our teaching very effective today after meditation. So relax yourself, sit comfortably. Hope you're enjoying the sessions. Very long meditation. So as we're relaxing in, just have a couple of days left. I want to take a few minutes and understand some ways we can become very effective in teaching meditation. It's absolutely possible for all of us to teach. We can go to this 40-day program. Everything that we're talking is all recorded, is all available, you know that, on the YouTube channel. We can take this as it is and then produce it day after day. The truth is same. It doesn't matter. It's only getting delivered to different people. Nothing new from me or nothing new from anybody. Or we can just simply take one day at a time and then just organize those classes in a weekend or a weekday. Just get together to invite our group members and during lunchtime in our office. We have various ways that we can introduce it. Many of you are doing any social service. You can easily, I'm sure you're getting the idea that you can easily introduce this meditation in that orphanage, in that government school, or that college, or that village, whichever that you adopted. Why not? No special teacher need to come, because to tell someone to sit down and close your eyes and observe the breath, nothing more is required. And when we read that book, Meditation is Easy, then we can speak for an hour. And when we understand the experience of meditation, we can speak for an hour on it. So there's so much subject that can easily be taught. While we are at it, I think the first thing that we understand is that a meditation program, if it's focused on knowing oneself, which is what our program is all about, if it's about knowing oneself, knowing ourselves, then the emphasis has to be on the practice. Sincerity, the knowledge will come. Sincerity is very important. Sincerity of our intent, sincerity of intent is there, then we say 8:30, we show up at 8:30. We preparing, we got the music, we don't scramble for the music at the last minute. Of course, we're becoming more mindful, but then sincerity is going to breed all of these qualities so that we recognize that it naturally spreads its positive energy, that others see it. So first thing in meditation teaching that we take care is that give adequate importance to the practice of meditation. So I say minimum 50%. If we have a 4-hour session, at least 2 hours for meditation. It can be in different pockets. If we have 30 minutes only, at least 20 minutes. If you have 20 minutes, give all 20 minutes. 18 minutes for meditation, 2 minutes for technique. 1 hour, give at least 50-60% for meditation. And then as you go higher, at least half of the time we allocate for meditation. It's great. People are naturally experiencing things. Second thing we do is we personalize it and we share our own experience. We don't make it a general subject. As much as possible, weave in our own individual experience. And we teach up to that much. It is okay. It is okay. If you're not experiencing something, we don't have to actually talk about it. Either we know about our experience or being able to specifically talk about somebody else's experience, which is there, it's fine. But as much as possible, whatever we experience, if we personalize, we talk about it, friends, and oftentimes it has a maximum impact because it's coming from inside, right? Anything that you experience is subconscious. It comes from deep inside. Anything is knowledge that we read is just comes from outside. Another thing we do is in encouraging others to share their experiences in a meditation session always, because we are learning. If the process is not only for somebody else, it's for us. So always encourage others to share experience. So it's going to do 3 things. It's going to give clarity for the person who is expressing. It's going to help many people relate themselves with that experience. If someone says, I am flying, I feel like flying. So suddenly there'll be some 5-10% of the people out there who also experience the same, but they're very hesitant to talk about it. So they relate to it and say, okay, so I'm not different. And then their analytical mind rests. It soothes. Yes, okay, I'm nobody. We're always looking for validation, isn't it? Who else has got that? Only a few people are going forward and saying, I'm different, you're different, so whatever I get is absolutely fine. They've got that mind to accept it. But many a times, we're always looking for validation. It's good. So encouraging others to share experience is the second thing, and it gives so much relation to people relate to it. And the third, of course, is we learn from it. Listening to experience is a great way of increasing our intuition ability. Intuition is, of course, one coming from inside, and 2 is also our ability to identify what should I do next, right? At the end of the day, what is intuition for? At this point, what should I do next? After my meditation class, what should I do? Should I rest for some time, or should I actually pick up the phone and then talk to some meditator? There's always that Y junction. So intuition is going to help us decide what the best thing. And the more we listen into our experiences, dear friends, for anybody, the more we expand our consciousness, because we start gaining our ability to understand related to our experience, put 5 experiences together and say, okay, so this is probably why it's happening. Meditation process, we limit to a simple language. I've really learned this quite a bit from Patricia. Don't make it complicated. Don't have to make very heavy words. We might know Sanskrit, we might know shlokas, stanzas. Just quoting doesn't help. If we have the ability to teach in simple language of those meaning and all that, yes. But otherwise, just rattling off a set of things to impress upon, it's going to do what? Just wasting everybody's time. So making it simple, I think it'll help us reach maximum far to people. Easy language, common sense. We encourage group meditations when we are teaching, and particularly many people have taken to introducing in their offices, because that's our goal. When we're teaching, we can easily set up a calendar and say, hey, here is every Monday, we do a class. Let's do a group meditation. Let's come together. So having this encouraging group meditations helps participants to travel together, co-journey. So encouraging group, encourage a family together, at least once a week, at least twice a week. If family rest are not coming and say, here is once a week before dinner, let's sit down and meditate together. Meditation teaching, we do not go for quality. We do not go for quantity. It doesn't matter whether it is 5 people or 500 people. We could be very senior leaders in our companies, respectively. We have a lot of people coming, and when we ask for a meeting, many might come, but not necessarily for meditation. We don't make it mandatory. We don't force it because we know it, and it's a journey. But of course, we keep telling them we have a responsibility to tell and share every time we feel it's going to help them grow spiritually. And whatever comes, we embrace it. Even if one person comes, we provide the same level of enthusiasm and energy onto that person because that person can be the next Buddha. It happened in my case too. When I was teaching meditation, it was all required was one Lawrence Gohard Jolly. She's a great meditator. She became a meditator and she taught to hundreds and hundreds more in IBM. And I used to enjoy the process and seeing that she is able to teach so many people and so many people are benefiting. So our job is to just be sincere with even that one student. And then who knows, that can become a great master. And then ultimately we want to see everybody meditate. It's not through us, right? Does it have to be through me or through you? It doesn't have to be. We know that. My greatest pranams to everybody who is promoting and creating this message of meditation to others and everyone around. When we recognize that what we seek is this beautiful world, it doesn't have to be me, by Art of Living, by Isha Foundation, by Patrizi. As long as it's happening, that's all we care, isn't it, dear friends? So we are sincere in every person. We can change one heart at a time. What powerful lyrics that Karen Drucker writes, one at a time. Most importantly, friends, in meditation process, we trust the process. Any amount of preparation we might do, and a lot of times we don't take to teaching because we feel I'm not there yet. But I found it otherwise. There are thousands of people in the Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, or Patriji, who understood, who learn from Patriji, and then various pyramid masters are able to teach. My mother-in-law just never wanted to even step out of the home. And after she lost her husband, her life went to the tailspin. Then through meditation, she came out completely. And then today, she wants to stay in a center that she opened beautifully. And then she wants to stay there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then because she finds that great happiness, and then she constantly shares. If I see her, the total transformation at the age of 65, 70 maybe. So it's easy. I mean, meditation, we talking about experience, teaching is easy. And then she has that thing where every day a group of people come to her home and then they sit together and meditate. So why not? If grandmothers, grandfathers, and then all of them can do it, many of us can absolutely do it in this forum, just talking about it. So the trust the process is there. So the point is, we all feel I don't have adequate preparation. But if we recognize that meditation is a way to seek our greater consciousness, and then we've learned it is a greater intelligence. There is a greater intelligence inside us that's powering this body, powering this environment, right? We know that, the nature. So when we seek, what we're seeking is the greater intelligence. So of course we are receiving that help. Recognize that not we're receiving that help. So as long as we have a sincere intent and we have the seriousness to do whatever best we can do, you have a 1 hour only, prepare for that 1 hour, and then leave the rest to this greater intelligence, because it's always paying attention, it's always delivering the right thing through us at that time. I've seen it many, many times. When I was asked to just suddenly speak in front of a 50,000 people crowd, 5,000 people, suddenly I get lost, right? But then the spontaneity, if you can trust the process and leave it, and be spontaneous and then leave it, and then it is okay. A lot of times about fear of looking bad. What will others think? Oh, did I deliver? Am I speaking well? Oh, my team is there. They make a conclusion that they can't even speak. Who cares? People who can make judgments like that are not necessary into our life if they're making judgments that easily on us. If they keep everything aside of what you do and then just judge for a simple event, you probably don't need them. Then they learn everything about you, then they'll come back to you. So we don't worry about it, and then we trust the process, jump in, because what we seek is seeking us, and so it is going to help. And then most of the time, the best thing is delivered through us. The moment we recognize that it's not by us, of course, bias is always there, but is equal, it's through us. Right, friends? This single thing, if you trust the process and then not worry about how much we prepared, but if we go in and then we absolutely make an impact, because at that point it is delivered through us. Whatever is most needed is what comes. Only when we put and worry about, oh, is my music, there is this, there. I'm not saying that we don't prepare. We must prepare to the best of our ability. And then rest, leave it, what happens. Same thing we do into the meetings, right? Sai Saga, when he shared, he said, I go into the meeting without worrying, and then in the spontaneity, I let the spontaneity happen. And then spontaneity happened, the client has just so beautifully responded, because then I trashed out whatever I prepared as I was ready to be open to receive there, and then I changed it. So that's what we do. When I say trust the process and surrender, when you go into meditation, if you have practiced and prepared a lot of things, don't try to only speak out what we prepared. Instead, see if the audience, the pulse is different, you feel different inside. Then open up and then talk at that point. That one. Change the script. It's okay. No attachment and expectation to the results. Results will have to follow. The process is there, results will follow. Because meditation process, some people may not even see the difference for a long time, especially in the initial days when we are teaching. Then thoughts gain energy, and so as they increase the energy, then obviously they also have better influence, right, on the other person. And so initial days it might take more time. In a group like this, if we are all moving energies and then able to see benefits in less than 2 weeks, sometimes in a smaller group and very initially teaching it, a person may not respond for a long time in terms of a benefit and experience. But understand that in an individual journey, and then everybody is absolutely changing, because every meditation is good meditation. So avoid comparing and saying, oh, okay, so nobody's responding, nobody's talking. Is it going to them? Is there a worry? So that worry, if we carry, then we continue to project the same. Don't bother about it, because we know that the process is same. It is the exact same process, and they also are sincerely there coming with you every day. So they got to have those results at some point. It's going to show up eventually. We stay focused on the process, not on the result. And we equip ourselves with these 2 books. Meditation is very, very easy, and Art and Science of Meditation. These are absolutely, absolutely a must for us, and many more that we've recommended, but at least these 2 books. If we have those 2 books, we can teach. The last thing I say, dear friends, is that it is for us. Even teaching is for us. When we remember that point, that meditation teaching is for me, and it's not that I'm going to be this big savior and then saving the world, saving these people, solving their problems. Instead, it is for me, because I'm constantly learning, and then I get more clarity when I teach, when I speak, when I deliver. I get more and more clarity, and so I develop, right? And I'm listening to others' experience. I'm developing. So when we have that objective, I think it's going to become a very, very enjoyable process. When we turn it around and say people are not responding, people are not coming, and this is happening, that's when the challenges come. So there is an article we'll post on this, and then we'll also provide material, right? Koti and Pradeep, please do take care today. So we'll provide the material, some material that you can send it to your companies, how to introduce meditation. All of us, without an exception, in my view, that we can do an introductory meditation class easily. We'll provide some musics. I think in the past, some of you would ask, we couldn't keep up, but then we will hope to consult. There is some music now readily available. So just provide some music so that we can utilize it, and then just do that guided meditation too. So with that, dear friends, let's take messages from all these great masters. Deeply thank SVB sir. Sir started, and then we have so many students and his organization staff, and then others are joining, are also going to join. Many of us have such an influential capability around a larger community, and absolutely, and then we just, as we are convinced and we bring it up, and then suddenly Tangveluji has such a huge reach that suddenly it can, yes, Tangveluji, we can reach out very, very easily. A stitch in time saves 9. We learned slow and steady wins the race, but then we also have the stitch in time saves 9. So it is the time. Now is the time. We can spend any amount, and we can pick up the phone call and then impress upon our next set of leaders and say why this is important. It could be for them, it could be for the people that they are serving. Anita Rajgopal, ma'am.
Namaste, good morning to all the co-meditators, Chandra sir, of course, and all the inspiring leaders who are here. And special thanks to Vani ma'am, who called me and told me to share my experience, though I was very hesitant then. Now the 40-day program coming to an end, I feel duty bound to share my heartfelt gratitude and a little bit of my experience. Thank you so much for everything. And my heartfelt thanks here to Kartika, who introduced me to this 40-day program. And I have been doing meditation for quite some time, but not consistently, on and off. This 40-day program has instilled that consistency in me, which made me see the bigger part of meditation, the benefits of meditation. So I'm very, very, very grateful. So consistency is the key. So this really made me see the body, mind, and the soul complex very clearly. Like when Chandra sir says to observe the thoughts, yes, I mean, the thoughts are different from me. And when the body disappears in the course of meditation, then I see I am there. So the body is not me. So this meditation, which is very, very easy, otherwise, without the music and the guidance, really make the process very, very easy. So because of that, we are able to really, receive the highest benefits. And my body literally blesses me these days, because it is receiving, it's it's restful time and relaxation, and it is really blessing me. And the mind also is very calm, so that is not also not contributing to the body. So the body is really blessing me. Thank you so much for everything. And my only prayer and the purpose is not to do meditation just for 40 minutes a day or 40 days. With this program, I'm having this great hope to continue this forever, and to be in this meditative state always, not just for 40 minutes or 40 days, but all through. So I seek blessings from all of you, all the masters, all the co-meditators, to bless me to achieve this. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anitaji. What do you do?
Now I'm not doing anything. Otherwise, I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer. Okay, you practice in lawyer. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. We have to formally close the session. So let me take the message from Dhammalingamji and S.S. Sharma, please. I'm just getting to you. Dhammalingamji, please go ahead.
A very, very warm good morning, Chandra sir and other masters and everybody in this program. I am really transformed, in one of the best ways which I can transform. To say an example, I was responding to my clients and I was reacting at family level. See, whenever I talk to clients, I am responding. I am hearing to them, to their views, and I was responding. In family level, if anything my wife says, I am immediately reacting. So that was a different situation for me all the while, because most of the time I always outside, and when I return, immediately I'm not able to feel that I am not with her all the time, and I was only for dinner or lunch like that. So these things was going on and off. Now I have started responding at my family level also, and I'm feeling happy. This is one of the best things which meditation has given me. And people used to say outside, you are good. My family, my wife says, you are not good. So now she's also responding, and she's also given concurrence to do this meditation. I have already taught her. And my daughter, who is on the family way, she was also not feeling little hungry. When I said, please do this meditation, just breathing only, I told her not even to cross legs or cross fingers. And she immediately responded, after a day, I am feeling hungry. This is one of the best things which I have immediately occurred. And also I have taught it for two people in my office who were always negative in their ways of approach. And they also said, sir, we are happy now. And all these things are occurring at a very, very small level. I think I have to take this teaching to my staff members first and to my family members, and then to a greater gatherings, which all it will be possible by me if I manifest. Thank you, Chandra, for making me to do this for 40 sessions consistently, which I thought it will not be possible by me, but I have made it. Not even a single day I have missed, and I have compiled all your YouTube, this thing which you have sent me, all newsletters, and I am going to make it as a book, and I am keeping it in my library for my staff to read, so that they will also come into this fold. And moreover, I thank Dr. SVB and Dr. Karthikeyan sir for giving me an opportunity consistently, making me to this program. Thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you.
Wonderful, Sir Dhammalingamji. That's great. That's great. Teaching to your staff is all we need. Great. So, dear friends, I'll come back, S.S. Sharmaji and some of you. So let's have a formal closing. SVB sir, are you there? Would you like to? Yes, sir is there.
Good morning, Chandra. Good morning to all the participants. I am happy that you narrated today the 40 days program beautifully well about meditation and how to spread meditation among all our friends, relatives, and like that. In fact, I was in my college yesterday and the day after yesterday. Already, I think more than 3,000 students are joining your program. In addition to this, I have requested all my faculty also to join the next program, that 41 days program I have made it. In addition to this, our faculty as a group, they are now taking various courses for the students of 8th, 9th and 10th standard. It is about 10,000 people for all over India. They are participating in that and they are registered. So I made a request to my faculty, why not to bring them also into the meditation class. Then they said they will work it out and let me know, and I will also inform you when we can bring them also into meditation. I think they are, because the COVID situation, all are free, students are free, and we are trying to teach them on many subjects. Therefore, probably I should be able to introduce that in those classes also, about which I'll come back to you, because yesterday only I told my faculty to work it out or let me know. No doubt that I think every school, every institution, education institution should try to, because many of the participants should be running their own institutions like schools, colleges. I think they should first educate their faculty. Thereafter, through them, all the students, the importance of meditation, and make them to undergo it, because it is going to improve the memory power, their analytical skill. More than that, the behavioral attitude. Certainly, there will be a change, so that your future citizens will be one whom everybody likes, because people who love to live happily, peacefully, isn't it? Is the end of everybody's wish. If we have to achieve that without any, other problems, I think meditation is the ultimate thing that everybody should aspire for. And we should, every one of us who has gone through this meditation, should try to spread to as many people as possible. That is my list. Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you, sir. That's great. We will definitely introduce the meditation to not only the graduating students now, but those 10,000 students we talked about. Most happy, we'll be extremely happy to have that to all of them. Thank you so much, sir, SCB sir, for all your support. To be formally in your busy time, to take some time and then guide us as a mentor to this Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation. Thank you so much. Karthikeyan sir, your closing comments.
Well, you have seen the great expansion. Now you have to create your own infrastructure capacity to handle it. There's going to be a big challenge, starting with 100, then to 300, to 500, to 1,000. Now it's going to be in thousands, thanks to the involvement of, total involvement of Dr. SVB, Ramesh, Balasundaram, and many others now. Chandra, you have to create your own infrastructure. It's a big challenge to you to handle several thousands of different capacity, faculty and students and all that. I know you are working on that already, and it was a great, another great day of great meditation. To conclude, in the words of Karen Drucker, all is well. Thank you for the day. We are grateful. I'm grateful to you, to me, and to everybody else. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's great. Friends, so tomorrow is going to be a great day. Now, we are here. To me, I cannot express the amount of gratitude that I'll have towards Karthikeyan sir, because this program is personally driven by sir in many ways. And in many ways, his support on screen, off screen, and guidance. So thank you so much, sir. So we are together, with all of us together, making sharing what we know. I think the benefits are individual to take, but as absolutely, so thank you so much. Yes, Karen Decker was lovely. She also wrote back saying that Sridhar wrote a message to her, acknowledging her presence, and she also wrote back, she was very happy to have seen so many people from India be part of her thing, and she was quite happy. She's going to come back again, so we'll bring her back next time for a longer session. And she was generously has given all her albums. She sent us a copy and said, you can use any of the song anytime, anywhere in our meditation. So very deeply thank Karen Drucker for her generous way of contributing to this meditation group. Thank you all. So we'll meet tomorrow with Patriji. Tomorrow and day after, we're going to spend maximum time in sharing. And I really encourage, and then any of you, of course, there are some we're going to ask to share, and then even others, as the time permits. So tomorrow I'm going to reduce my talk, and then we're going to do quick meditation. Of course, we still do the 40 minutes, but then we're going to use the time for sharing to understand as much of, learn from each of you as you practice and other practice. So do come and then share tomorrow in a common group. I know you've done that in individual breakout groups, but in a common group, so do come and then share with us. And all your stories, small or big, don't leave anything and say this is small and so there's nothing to share, right? We'll do our best to accommodate as many people tomorrow and day after. And then Friday is going to be a closing. Thank you all. In 2 minutes, those who raise your hands, we'll take your questions. I don't know, listen from you. Thank you. Just 2 minutes. Yes.
We have SS Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Namaskar, Chandraji.
Yes, sir.
I am Asha Sharma. I am Asha Sharma from Jammu. I am undergoing this medication program right from beginning of this session. I retired from government service in the 31st of March this year, and I was very much worried what to do because there was COVID period. I and my wife are living alone in Jammu. My 2 daughters are married with the defense personnel and they are out of station. So I was very much bored feeling what to do. Then my brother-in-law suggested me go for this meditation program. But since then I am feeling very comfortable, very happy, and I don't face any problem. I am diabetic for the last 30 years and my leg was fractured. Even then I got this, by doing this, I am very, very comfortable. I am vegetarian from the very beginning. I have not tasted the meat though I have worked in the fisheries department for the 39 years. Even then I have not tasted these non-veg items right from my birth. So one problem I am facing, when I do meditation, I become empty. But sometimes some thoughts come to me. They come in just they have got some empty space and it becomes very difficult for me to remove. Then I again go for meditation. How can I solve this problem, sir?
$1 million question. I'm also trying to find
Yes.
that answer for that, sir, after 20 years also.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
thoughts do come because it's the nature of the mind. As long as we're in this body, as long as we're living this life with a duality nature, where material world we are experiencing it to learn, so thoughts have to come.
Yes.
And they will come.
Yes,
And then,
sir.
but meditation, we learned, we
Yes.
trained our brain so much that the moment we close our eyes, it is able to
Yes.
pull it back to observing your breath. Yes, sir, isn't it? No. Now that you're practicing 40 days, in the first week versus now, would you take much more time to observing the breath, or now you take much lesser time to come to your breath?
Never take less time. That is
Yes.
increasing.
That is increasing because we've already trained our brain. It knows that,
Yes, sir.
okay, if I close my eyes, then yes, my master is going to think about meditation. That means I got to bring my attention back to the breath. So it is
Yes, sir.
there, right? So that's all
Yes.
we need. We need the training so well.
Yes.
One training. Second training, whatever we
Yes.
experience in meditation, we stop analyzing. We got to
Yes, sir.
drop that analytical mind aside. We got to cool it off and say, meditation, analytical mind, no. I don't want you to be with me in this meditation process.
Yes.
We are training
Yes.
that also to become a witness and be an observer
Yes.
in meditation. Whatever we experience, don't be just observing it. Don't interpret it. Don't make it predictable. So we're doing that training also. So
Yes, sir.
initial days, you'll be analyzing a lot of the thoughts. Now they are more equanimous and say, okay, all right, now so let me another. So, but then you're focused on observing the breath. Thoughts come, then observe the breath is one part. And the second, you get in some kind of experience, some kind of feeling, some kind of sensation. And
Yes,
those sensations, feelings, we don't interpret and we try to extend them or try to cut them. Instead, we are just observing them. That's very important too, because those observations. So this is the second training we are doing to the brain to drop the analytical and then be a witness in meditation. As long as they are there,
Yes.
then you're good.
Okay.
The thoughts come, but then immediately go to the breath. And so the breath is becoming lighter, so you're also getting empty. How much empty will it go? Will be fully empty, all empty, or sometime empty is depending on the day situation. It's not only between you and me, it's also the play of the intelligence. The play of the intelligence is equally paying attention as much as you're paying attention to have a certain level of experience for you that day in that session. So we'll leave it to that. We don't bother about how long you've been empty.
I am very happy whenever I listen voice of anybody. I am not happy. Whenever I listen to your voice, that gives me relief because you are doing so much service. I am not appreciating in front of you, sir, but you are doing so much service. Everywhere, wherever I go, I praise to this. This is not for you because what you are doing, I am asking other people to encourage it, sir. So
Sir,
thank you, sir, very much, very much. Thank you, sir. Nice. Thank you, sir. I'm very happy, really happy, very happy.
Sir, you do,
Yeah, sir.
if you can, you take a record your video of experience, because
Yes,
we've been able to see you. Record it and then send it to your team facilitator. And
yeah, I'll send it. Yeah, I can. I'll try, sir. I will try. I try.
Thank
If
you.
you can see me, sir.
Dr. NC, sir.
Yes, sir. NC, sir.
Good morning, Chandra. This is not for Chandra. This is for the participants. As DRK sir said, the volume is going to be increased. And as such, you will have to increase the infrastructure. To increase the infrastructure, the financial requirements will be heavy. So I request all the participants to donate liberally. Thank you is not enough. I request all because Chandra will not ask, I know, because he is such a good person. He is only for service. He has never asked any contribution from anybody. In fact, I tried to ask several times, and only after 3-4 days I got the bank details. And it is not in the public domain also, and probably it's not in the website also. So I request all the participants to liberate, to donate liberally to this cause, so that he does more well, and the infrastructure is required for conducting this program. This is not for Chandra. On behalf of Chandra, I am requesting all the participants to liberate to the extent possible, to donate, to donate liberally to the extent possible from your side, so that you can do better. That is my request to all the participants. Thank you is not enough. I'm sorry to say, because I do not know how much he is suffering for finance. Because as an administrator, I know the difficulties. I know how much he has to give, spend out from his salary for the studios, for creating this platform. And as sir said, is going to be in thousands. So when it's going to be in thousands, naturally he requests more money. Not for him. Not even once. I have been attending for the last 2 sessions of almost about 78 days now. Not even once he has asked for any financial help. So that shows his generosity, but I feel we should not exploit his generosity. So I request all the participants to donate on behalf of Pyramid Valley. I request all the participants to donate some amount from your side, whatever you can. Please donate to Chandra. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, NC, sir. I think you have to become a financial head of finances. Thank you so much. I think it just shows your love for this cause. Beautiful. So yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I think your love for the cause. Absolutely, that's beautiful. We definitely can use any amount of donation. In fact, we're going to intensify our work from January, because this youth program is started. I'm very sure it's going to be a lot larger than what it is. We expect to teach to meditation to about anywhere between 5,000, 10,000 people in the next 3 weeks. And after that, it's only can get bigger, and it will get bigger. So certainly more and more infrastructure. We're going to take more bridges and hire some more people, dedicated people. So thank you so much for that. And whatever that we can use, we are, of course, the volunteers, some of them are contributing. You have contributed. And Natarajanji, and there are many people, Dhammalingamji, some of you, Balasundaramji, many contributed. So it always helps. It always helps. We take a rupee and then we
Certainly,
do worth of work. Yes.
Any amount of money, I know you will utilize only for the cause. So from our side, we are with you, and we will continue to contribute whatever little we can. But I do understand it involves a lot of money. from the way the program is going. The number of people are increasing. So I'm really concerned about your
Thank you.
from your side I'm seeing. From
Thank
your
you.
side I'm seeing.
Thank you.
And
It will
the
have to-
efforts what you are taking, you're not enjoying anything, but you are doing everything for the cause of the people. So and second thing, I'm really becoming upset that this session is going to be over, and I'm because of my administrative commitments, I'm unable to join this fifth, sixth, seventh program. I'm probably thinking of sending my son to this program. I'm not sure whether he also has the time, but still, I will be online. Probably sometime later, I will try to come to Pyramid Valley. And thirdly, yesterday I've been to Higginbotham's library, Chennai. I could not find the arts and science
We'll send you a copy,
meditation
sir.
book.
We'll send you a
Yeah,
copy. Physically, it's not available somewhere. I think those who want a
Yeah.
copy, you can please reach out.
Amazon also, it is not available. I tried to, I could get only the You Are the Placebo. I got
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Other
Vani
books are
ordered
not
about
there.
10. Vani ordered about 100 books, so we'll because we know Dr. Newton's organization, so we'll get them to you. Those are who are interested, please reach out to team facilitator. We'll send you a copy.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you,
Exita.
Chandra.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Meena ji.
Hi, this is Meena Joisher from New Jersey. Dr. Ansar, you said the right thing. Like some of the things that he said I wanted to know the bank details so we could send in the donation. And also, I mean, my friend Ranjana Patel, who is also attending, we were talking and we don't want the session to end. It's like, you know, this is so wonderful. And it's like, you know, it's 8:30 p.m. here in New Jersey, and we just look forward to it. It's like such a wonderful end of the day, kind of perfect sleep. So we don't want this session to end. We will definitely continue through the YouTube. But when is the next session?
And so
Like another 40-day period session?
November 16th onwards.
Okay.
And it'll be there your evening, but this time it's going to be, we are actually start doing one for your morning. So 6 p.m. India, 7:30 there, and then about 4:30 West Coast, I think. So we're doing that. So primarily specifically making it convenient for a morning meditation for people in West too. So we're going to have two sessions, one in the morning and the evening. So
perfect. Thank
Will
you
there
so
be a
much.
morning
And,
session also, Chandra?
yes, sir.
Sorry.
Morning and evening both will be there. Evening more
Yeah,
time.
because morning only it will suit me. Otherwise,
Yes.
I'll not be able to.
Morning for us and
anyway.
evening. Morning for us and evening for West.
Okay.
Or evening
Thank
for
you.
West. So that is their morning too, because always mornings are so beautiful to meditate. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
you.
you. And do share the
So
bank
sorry for interruption.
information.
Sure. Certainly, Meena, someone will share with you. Are you part of any groups?
Yes, the team. I'm a team, and I haven't seen it coming there yet.
Sure.
It's Team Adventure.
Okay. All right. Certainly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, friends. And Meenaji would want you to be there tomorrow to share your experience in a common group. Okay. In a larger group. Thank you, friends. We'll meet back tomorrow again at 6 a.m. We're going to be starting meditation quickly and then start sharing. Patriji will join us around 6:45, 6:50, and then be there till 8. So our program actually officially ends only at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And so see you all tomorrow. Thanks once again. Thank you.